The next layer upon you as an executive is that constant challenge of having to make tough calls with incomplete information. The need to do this exploded during COVID. I remember holding counsel with executives through that time, and everything was unprecedented. The amount of decision making that was happening without data was truly that, because the variables upon us had literally never happened before. You could not predict which industries would swim and which were going to tank. It was madness. There's a lot we can learn from that chapter that is still true today. A couple of buzzwords here. One is intuition. I'm a believer that intuition and the ability to use our intuition has become an executive competency. Now, the science around executive competencies is going to begin to acknowledge that leaders' ability to sense beyond tangible assets and data and make decisions using that sensing will be named as a skill if it's not already being done more widely. So I'm calling that out here for listeners so that you can start to acknowledge how often you are using your intuition. My challenge to you, if you're listening, is to begin tuning into those moments when you are using your intuition or your gut and just start to acknowledge it more. Because by naming it, you can begin using it more intentionally and trusting it. Tapping into our intuition can feel a little different for each person. For me, if I am in a fearful state, I can often not access my intuition. I question what I believe is my intuition because I'm afraid. I'm afraid I'll make the wrong decision. I'm afraid I don't have enough info. So we have this battle where getting clear on what's intuition and what's fear is part of the practice. That's why I always say to start naming your intuition. That's one thing to consider when we try to work with our gut a little more in the decision-making process.